Hey YouTube, welcome back. Today we start a new series of 4 videos. Today we have system design series that we will talk about how to design newsfeed system. So in this video or in this series of videos, we will assume that you are in a system design interview and your interviewer asks you this question. And you know that the system design interview is a 45 minutes up to 1 hour of discussion between you and your interviewer. So, what should you do? So, welcome YouTube. Um, if you are new here, we are basically a channel that is supposed to help developers to get succeeded into software interviews. We teach you the some concepts and best practices that which will make your interviews way more easy to pass. If this is sound interesting for you, feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And let's start. So right now, your interviewer asks you about like design a news feed system. Maybe your interviewer will not ask you that specifically. Maybe it'll be even quite trickier. Design Facebook. Just it will just look like and just leave you there. And the system design interviews, they all the time start with a vague question like design Facebook, design Twitter, design YouTube. And the problem that comes with this question is that we can't design Facebook because it's only 1 hour or 45 minutes interview. I can't design Facebook that was built on top of thousands and thousands of libraries and code and developers integrated into it. So I will not have time to design all of that. So your interviewer here just know how you will manage your time and know how you will approach this problem. So when we start the system design interview, we all the time start with a pretty vague question that it's quite open-ended question. You can say it's open-ended question. And our job and our duty as interviewee is to make sure that we ask the clarification questions, the right clarification questions that narrow all this scope and narrow all of these services to make sure that we only designing what our interviewer wants in his mind. And after that, we will try to communicate with the interviewer and make sure that we give zero assumption, and in each step we get as many clarifications as possible. For this one, if we went in this way, I am pretty sure that you will be succeeded in your review and you will pass. And to be able to be pass in any systems that interview, there is a framework that I love to use. Let me just say this framework here. And this framework is from 4 steps. The first one is that we want to understand the problem. And this is the most important part in my opinion. This is the most important part. The second part will be we want to propose a high level design. Design. And a third one, we would get like a deep dive in specific components that our interviewer want us to get deep dive in it. And after that, we will have a wrap up. So in each step of this one, first one, understand the problem. And actually, the first video will be all about understanding the problem. Let me just put this one here and let me change the full color of it to make it white. So first, understanding the problem. In this step, we try to ask questions to make sure that we are narrowing all the requirements, and we like understanding what our interviewer really wants us to design, so we can establish a design scope, so we know our scope and our limitation. The second thing, it's proposal level design. The thing that every system is start with small steps. So in the proposal level design, we just start to put the base layer or the base level of the service or the system that we are building. And in the deep dive, we will take a deep dive into this basic and this pretty based system. And after that, we will have a wrap up that we will talk about everything that we have done in the interview, and maybe we talk about some improvements that we can do. And in this video, we only will talk about the understanding the problem. Here in understanding the problem section, we want to know this one we want to know, and sorry, you should know this is the most important step. If you get this step wrong, it's done for you. It's really done. You should get this step 100% right. So how we could do this one? By asking questions. You need to ask from 5 to 10 questions, and to make your questions are pretty specific about some things. First, you want to make your questions about specific about what are we design. The second, for which user, like it's mobile app or web app or both or desktop app, for which maybe also we want to talk about some of the capacity, and something about the cap theorem. So you will not ask these questions like that specifically or directly. You will just try to mutate them and change them to meet your requirements. But this what we want to know. We want to know what the thing that what are we design right now. For which user? It's for mobile app, for application app, or maybe the user is it's a global user, it's not a global user. What are the capacity? For example, how many users in this system? How many posts the user will have? How many comments that can be in each post? Will the post will have a image or not? The cap theorem that we will talk about. Basically, we will talk about: do we prefer our application to be consistent, or do we prefer our application to be available? So just make it's not like there is no questions fit all, but the question, like this is the formula that you can think about. So let's just try to imply this formula, and let's try to ask this right question. So first question that I will try to think about, okay, is it for a mobile or web app? I want to know which one. And your interviewer will tell you it's basically for both. It's for mobile and it's for web app. So, okay, we know right now. Okay, so I say, okay, what are we designing here? What are we designing? And you should say, and you should defend your questions. And you said that Facebook has many services, and we cannot design all. So your interviewer will say, oh no. Your interviewer will say, yes, that is true. we only wanna design the news feed system. Thing that I'm trying to say here, your interviewer, actually this is a real question that I did ask, and actually it was from a real system design interview that I did pass. So the thing that we are saying here, let me just try to do it like that. Oh, sorry. So the thing that we're trying to do here is that you just are trying to know what actually we're designing. This is the second one, what we're designing. So right now we know we only care about the newsfeed system. So we want to know how the newsfeed system will work. So I will ask, okay, for example, is the news feed sorted by is the newsfeed sorted by reverse or by reverse chronological order or any particular order? For example, let's type chronological order. And your interviewer will tell you, most probably will tell you, let's say that if your interviewer tell you, okay, let's to keep it simple, let's assume that the feed is sorted by reverse chronological order. Sorry. So yes, he will say yes. So let's try to think about the other question. Let's talk about the capacity, like how many friends can a user have? And I guess it will be let's say 5,000. Okay, so let's say, okay, how many daily active users do we have? So let's say 10 million. So we can say that, okay, you can say also what is the traffic volume for this question if you want. Let's talk about the actual feed, like the post do the feed contain images, for example, and videos? And your interviewer will maybe say it contain media file. It contain media file, including images and videos. So I guess that's it. The thing that here I only ask 6 questions. You don't want to ask too many questions, because if you ask too many questions, you find yourself you are putting too many requirements on top of your in your design, and you don't have that much time to design all of them. Let's say that I ask all these 6 questions, and right now I guess I have a clear what our system should be. So first, our system, from functional and non-functional requirements, our system should first, our system is for mobile and web app. Our system the newsfeed system is reversed by reverse chronological order. We're designing only the newsfeed system. We have we have a 10 million daily active user. We have how many each user could have about 5,000 friends. And actually the feed contain images and videos, so we expect that. Also, we want to make sure that we have our system is available. So I want to ask our other question about the cap theorem. the thing that this question I didn't ask it because it's something with the newsfeed system. The newsfeed system should be available all the time, should be available 24/7. So let's try to think it like that. We ask this question right now. We know the functional requirements and non-functional requirements, and I highly recommend you to pause this video and type right now what are the functional requirements and non-functional requirements that you think they are in this video, and just tag me about them. And if they are good, I will just say it to you it's good. If they are missing something, I will say what they are missing. For this one, they are quite straightforward. So basically, for this one, the functional requirements, it will be, first, we expect to have the user, and the user can create also and read posts. This is the main functional requirement. This is the main functionality. The non-functional requirements, let's say that like here, let's say none, does this functional. Okay. The non-functional requirements, like let me put here. If you wanna think about them, non-functional. First, we have a 10 million daily active user. We have each user have user. Oh, what's going on? No. What? Sorry. User can have 5,000 friends. And we will say, can I make this into points? Yeah, that would be better, I guess. Also, we have posts could have a image or video. And maybe we talk about need our application. Our application should support for mobile app and web app. We didn't talk about the comments section. We didn't talk about all of that. Our interviewer, he or she is really interesting in the upload flow of the feeds and the retrieve flow of the feeds. How we can create a post and how we can read these posts. So yeah, that's it for today's video, and that's it for the first section. And I hope you like my content. If you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a video, and see you guys in future problems.